Good afternoon and happy Thursday. Today is a little bit of an out of the usual schedule from a workout. I'm excited to be able to do a product launch with you today for Lifepro. And there's some very exciting things happening. Lives are exciting because I feel like, like Oprah Winfrey, and I'm giving stuff away. Oh, did I spill the beans? We're giving a bike away today. So for those of you that have been waiting for this product to come out, it is in addition to the existing, I always am backwards on camera. So in addition to the amazing Dash X we talked about last month, we are now today talking about the VeloCycle. And if you would like to have your chance to win, this is a in the USA giveaway. That's where the company's situated. That's where it's going to ship from. What I would ask you to is tell me where you're from, why you need this bike, and what you might do with it, how it can help you, how can it make you a healthier version of you. So it's the VeloCycle. We're going to go over a few of the options today. I'm going to go over a suggested starting point if you've never used an exercise bike. It's kind of one of the sexy things of the moment with all of the apps and workouts and cycle studios. So if you've been looking for a good value but you lack the space, to partake in this type of activity, I think you're really going to like this new one that Lifepro has brought for you today. So as I said, if you want to tell me where you are from, at the end of the session today, we're going to go through all of the comments. So think of your comments as your contest entry. So we're going to draw one name for those of you that have contributed today to this conversation, and I'll announce the winner at the end of this segment. So what can I tell you? Today, we are going over the VeloCycle. I hope I'm saying that right. The VeloCycle. And my husband was kind enough to assemble this for me last evening. So I got to deal with the first half of the manual. Yes, when you do get this, there will be some assembly required. It really, I think he was up there about a half an hour on the deck last night. Yes, on the deck in Canada, the snow is melting, so I'm very excited. What I will say, admittedly, this thing arrived kind of very last minute. As I'm in Canada, it always baffles me that Lifepro has the ability to get it from point A to Debby, point B, through customs, through a border in current times, but it always gets here. It doesn't always leave me a lot of gravy time beforehand. So I thank my hubby for assembling this for me because I was doing other things. I'm going to refer to the manual today because there's quite a few features when we get into some of the features and the control manual and what comes with it. Hello, Jane from Kansas. Nice to see you again, Kansas City. I hope you're looking forward to this. If you've been looking forward to a bike, Jane, you are the first entry. So anybody just joining us, we got started a little bit late due to some technical difficulties today. But if you would like to take the VeloCycle home today, drop in your comments. Let me know where you're from and what you would do with this awesome piece of equipment. Hi, Adriana. Adriana from Indiana. Oh, come on. You're a poet. You didn't even know it. I love every Lifepro item, and this bike actually looks fun. You'll notice behind me, I have both of Lifepro's bikes, foldable bikes set up. I've done that for a reason. Not everybody sees every live. And I just kind of wanted to give you the visual before I got started of how little real estate these things actually take up. Hello, Lisa Henderson from North Carolina. I love the bike for cardio benefits. I need lower A1C and BPASAP. This is like the rhyme. Like we're going to turn all these comments into a rap at the end of the show here today. My PCP has advised more cardio. Cardio is important. And you know what? It wouldn't be Debbie, the vibration machine lady, if I didn't shred the word cardio. Cardio, I hate the word because it doesn't really mean what you think it means. Cardio to most people is getting that heart rate up, getting your blood pumping, improving your capacity for wind and breathing and those type of things. And your reasons for doing that may be health related, like Lisa or many of you here, but maybe you're training for endurance. Maybe you've got an event coming up. Maybe you're trying to improve your game. So that doesn't mean you have a big fancy house for big equipment. So that's why we're here today. So regardless of your level of use, what you're using this for, it's going to fit the little elderly person right up to that performance athlete. There's a variety of features, probably a few more on the Dash X, the first bike that we did, has some amazing adjustments that can be done, but there's a few more inclusions with this new Velo bike. And I want to point out it's portable and foldable. So look at how much real estate this thing takes up folded. There's a little pin, and you can just wheel it away and tuck it in the closet or up against the wall if you're not dealing with a lot of floor space like me. Jane, I would like to bike to help with my MS, to strengthen my legs. Love all of my Lifepro products. You have MS. It is MS Awareness Month. I'm actually doing a session tomorrow. It's not posted yet, but I am doing a session tomorrow at 11 a.m. My time, so 1 p.m. Eastern time, specifically to MS awareness type of stuff. So good point to bring that up. One of the big things with MS is leg strength, and a lot, you're spending more time seated because you're dealing with those symptoms, and strength degresses sometimes as well. And just the function of activity can help you manage symptoms while you're improving that strength. So back to my little cardio lecture. You want to improve that lung function, you want to improve your endurance, but cardiovascular more talks about your blood and your arteries and your vessels that are, moving the blood throughout your system. And there's lots of, if you're looking at cardio strictly for a weight loss thing, cardio is an important piece of it, but some of you, it's hard to sustain long durations of cardio. And one of the nice things about using a bike, this one's got a recumbent feature like it does, like the Dash did that we did last month. But when somebody says you need to do more cardio, you got to make sure that you've got the body to support the activities that you want to do. So I don't want any of you just jumping on this thing and going as fast as you can, or getting on your treadmills and pushing that cardiovascular system. You want to make sure that and it's your aerobic function is more what I refer to it as. But you want to make sure that the knees and the hips and everything else, of course, are in line to sustain those activities. So sort of circle back to Jane's point, strengthen the legs and building up some of the basic, some of the strength training elements, and using your other equipment in conjunction with your new bike. It's that overall picture. It's never any one thing. So you might be doing less cardio than you should be, but make sure that you're also incorporating and combining other activities to support your body to do those more vigorous, calorie recruiting activities. So if you've got a vibration machine, of course, I would say use one 2 to 3 minutes as a warm-up before you get onto this thing. You can combine it into a circuit. A vibration machine is a great way to warm up or wind down. So are your red lights and all your other compression garments. So this may be a little bit stepping up in activity for some of you in just at the starting level. You've got lots of other great tools that you can recruit to treat the body and recover for adding this new activity, if that's a concern when you're adding stuff. So Lisa says, good to know. I'm not sure what I said that was good, but I'm glad it resonated with you. Annie or Ariana, can you just bike on this? I watched Amber's live video and she demonstrated, but also mentions that you'd likely go more into detail about all this too. You can absolutely just bike on it. Like anything, what you do on any one piece of equipment is really more about what you know how to do already, what your comfort zones are. So if you're the type of person that's a biker now, go nuts, and we'll get into some of the features that you can do to track that effort and activity. But if you're just getting into biking like anything else, there's things that your body needs to get used to. There's things mentally that you need to adjust to. And I just want to point out, if you are dealing with bad knees, bad hips, bad backs, like anything else, don't go full bore first session. Give your body time and use the other tools that you've got to support this new activity. And, in complement, everything is better. So I just want to point out, last night, I didn't put the seat in before I put this together, but I wanted to show you guys kind of both of them folded side by side so you see how little real estate this takes up. Once this thing, there's a pin in here that connects, once you've got this all assembled, and it kind of connects and keeps it locked together. So if you're moving this by yourself, you don't want it unfolding on the go. So once it's folded and the pin is in place, it just wheels away, okay? So maybe you're tucking it up against the wall. If you're dealing with limited space, either of these bikes are fantastic options, but I am going to go through some of the different features between the two. So I'm going to assemble this now and show you that this uncoordinated chick that really plays with nothing but vibration machines, if I can do it, you can do it too. So Right here, there's a little bit of the pin, and there's like on the one end, it's going to stay in place. You're going to see here, there's a little, okay, it presses very easily. Okay, so now that that's out of place, what I was doing this morning, it kind of just wants to stand up. I don't even know how to describe it. And then you're going to put your pin back in place. It clicks through as that little ball joint or whatever it's called. I know my husband will. There. And this is all brand new paint. You know, like anything new, once you take the bolts out and unhinge it, it wears in a little bit. With any new equipment, some of it's sticky at first. So, you know, just make sure that if you are dealing with mobility concerns, or, you know, if you're fairly weak and just get some help until you kind of get how this works out. So now that that's in place, this thing's solid and it's not going anywhere. And then the biggest difference, and what I was so excited about, and my daughter was so excited about, look at that. Okay? Look at that seat, right? I want to go put it on my real bike because I have bought about 10 bike seats. I said this in the Dash Access session. Whoever decided on the seat for these bikes has ridden a bike and understands what your tushy might feel like. And I used to be a very big girl for the majority of my life. And now that I'm a slim thing, I feel my butt bones. And I like the fact that somebody has put some time and thought into that. There's a back on it that is also cushioned and padded. So when you get into some of the dynamic exercises that I'm going to be able to show you, you've got comfort and you've got some leverage with these little side handles. So this is one major difference between the two, but the seat itself is the same size. So your bum's going to be comfortable on either model. But I just wanted to show you that one up a little bit closer. This just goes into the base. Now, wait, hang on. So just at the back here, there's an adjustable depending on how tall you are or your legs are. So you just pull this out. Hang on. Oh, I didn't unscrew it. Oh, I was doing this so gracefully before. Hang on. What have I done? Oh, I'm just not pulling it hard enough. Just a sec. Oh my God, I knew I was going to screw something up. There. So, depending on your height, there are 5 different adjustment heights on this thing. So you just give it a pull. 1, 2. Now I'm a little on the longer leg side. And then kind of once, right now I've got it on the max height, just to give you an idea. I'm about 5'10", and that's about hip height. Now I'm not a bike expert, but for me personally, I'm longer in the legs than I am the torso. So I like the top distance. Depending on what you're doing, and there's a couple different features, you might need a different seat height when we get into gallop feature. Doesn't that sound sexy? Yes, the gallop feature. But if you need a different adjustment, an easy way I found by myself is I kind of put my hand through the one holder, grab it this way, and then if you need to go lower or higher. Okay, I'm going to bring it back up for me though. Okay, so where's my book? Where's my book? Oh, there's my book. Okay. You can see me okay? Okay, I'm going to get... and if I haven't said, Lisa definitely needs a comfy seat. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Howdy, Debbie, Lori from Bonita. Can you just bike on this? Okay, I'm getting to that, Ariana. So if you are joining us and you weren't here for the first little part of this session, we are giving one of these away today. So please tell me where you're from, why you think you should have this bike, and if you are in the US of A, we are going to be drawing this at the end of this session. Today, for the launch price, this is going for an amazing price, you guys. I'm going to back up a bit. My head's getting cut off. Lifepro is launching this today for $169.99. Regular retail is still more than attainable at $219. You'll see these anywhere online from $300 to $400 for similar features that I've been looking at. Certainly there's different pricing, there's different suppliers of similar type products, but you don't have Lifepro behind it. So don't forget, with Lifepro, you have a lifetime warranty with this type of equipment. So just sitting here, the first thing I noticed, I need to move back a bit. These little side handles in the back, it's going to help you with your posture. If you do have low back fatigue, you've strained your back or you're dealing with something like that, it's a recumbent position, so there's not a lot of pressure going into my knees at this point. It's comfortable. My bum's not hurting. I feel supported. And for those of you that maybe haven't used this type of equipment for that reason, you may know what I mean. I want to feel like when I'm getting on this thing, I'm not going to cripple it, if you know what I mean. So it's very comfortable that way. I want to get into some of the features that this offers you. And I don't know if you can quite see the handles. I'm going to just turn this a bit on camera. There are sensors on both sides of the handlebars. And just like their original model, the Dash X, this upgrade, the VeloCycle, is battery operated. So you don't need to be looking for a power cord. Maybe you've got a cabin that you spend some time at in the summer. So this thing is completely portable. And if you are using any of the electronic functions with it, there are a couple AA batteries in the back of the unit. So you're going to have a long life on that. And again, you're not having to situate it somewhere because you need to plug it in a wall. Again, tell me where you're from, why you would like to win this. We are giving one away at the end of the session. So if you hit the little button, it comes to life, and there's a few different things I just want to point out. There's a scan mode indicator that lights up when the scan mode is selected. On the bottom here, there's a speed, a time, a distance, calories. I'm not a big fan of being the slave of counting calories, but I know many of you like that as an indication. And there's also a pulse and a heart rate feature, which I think if some of you are wearing monitors now, for those of you that are dealing with cardiac issues, and you're supposed to be monitoring your heart rate, something like this built in is really convenient instead of having to wear a wearable monitor. So if you are monitoring those activities now, very, very important to think about that. You've got main values, which the main thing shows you currently what mode that you're in. The mode, name, row. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 or 5 different lines on here. And I thought I could see it better in the book. But so some of the given things are things like speed in miles per hour. How fast are you going? Time, maybe you want to do a timed workout. You're starting and building on durations. Maybe you're training for an event, so you can time your workouts. That's a given on that one. Distance, of course, is there. Calories burned, like I say, and pulse. So let's just get on this thing and see when we're moving. My daughter was on this morning, and now she was using the Dash X up until now, but now that she's got this seat, she's going to have to move her training to the new bike, is what I've been told. And one of the big things outside of the display and the monitor, you'll see that there is some ergonomic differences. The handles themselves are very similar to the layout on the Dash X. The functions are very similar, but there's one movement difference with this. For those of you that might be looking at the listing or wondering why I'm moving this around, outside of your display, so some of the functional differences. So you've got a tension for your pedals that you can adjust on this one. This one's got a little bit more range than the Dash X. Low, we start at a range of 1. I'm set at 2 right now, so I look cool on camera. Probably a 3 would be a little more comfortable. So I'm at a 3 right now. I can continue going up in the high range, and you'll see that there's like a dial on it. It's like a negative to a positive as you dial up. More tension, strength, more pedal strength. And there's 8 different increments of resistance on these pedals that you can use. So depending, maybe for those of you that mentioned, I need to build some leg strength up, you want to kind of have a balance. You want to make sure that if strength is the goal and you've increased that resistance, one of the big things if you're dealing with cardiac issues, heart issues, a lot of times you're dealing with a lack of wind, or you just don't have the energy levels. And your exercise should be high intensity and short in duration. It's not about doing long, exasperating exercise, especially if you're looking at building up strength. You want to get those muscles to a level of fatigue before the wind is withdrawn, if you will. So a lot of times when you're starting out with cardio activities or aerobic engaging activities, that lung function, you're going to find if you are recovering from a cardiac event, you just don't have the wind, you don't have the energy. So strength training, increasing that tension on the pedals and doing shorter, you're not going to last as long, but you're going to get that good leg strength built up with higher resistance. And, you're going to be huffing and puffing, I assure you, okay? Other things about this. I want to show you, I don't care about features anymore. I want to show you the gallop feature. This is so cool, you guys. So depending on your upper body, there's a number of ways if you want to hang on to the handles here. But I've got this again, I'm set at the max height setting, and I'm going to gallop. It's kind of an upper body. And like I say, this is brand new. And you know what? In this mode, I'm finding I need more resistance. I was playing with this a little bit this morning. So I'm bringing it up to like a 5. No, I brought it up to a 6. So with this one, yeah, I feel you want a little bit more resistance. So for those of you, ladies, that are like, oh, I need to work upper body, but my knees are too bad. I can't get down on the ground. No excuses now. You've got this. This is cool. So that I'm feeling that primarily in the biceps. The bat wings are usually your stabilizing muscle. If you want to target different muscle groups, grab the bars in a different area. That's underhand on the bottom. Okay? Switch to the top. You're going to feel that more in the forearms. Maybe you're dealing with carpal tunnel, those type of things. Now you can also put your hands higher up. You feel it more in the chest. So experiment. The less, see what feels good to you. If you are dealing with upper body issues and it's an area that you've really been trying to target, you're doing your cardio, you're doing your strength, and you're doing upper body resistance at the same time. Like, it doesn't get any better than this. Of course it does, because you're using a vibration machine to warm up and wind down too. But this is very fluid. It's not difficult to do. I don't feel like I'm reefing on the equipment. The design is perfect, and for my height, this is perfect. So play, like I say, just seated. I like to go a little bit longer, so I preferred a lower tension so you can hear me better. But once I got into that gallop mode, I preferred bringing the resistance up. I felt like my legs were keeping up with the motion of my arms. So that's just a new feature. I think you guys will really enjoy that. And of course, by engaging more muscles, you're burning more calories. You're forcing your body to recruit more calories because you're doing more activity. How many calories your body's going to burn, how effectively it's going to burn those calories, you know what? Everybody's metabolism is different. But whether you're putting forth effort, if you feel like you've exerted yourself. And again, I want to caution for anyone that's starting any type of cardio activity, if you're dealing with other issues, you've got to take those things into consideration. So, maybe you're like me and you've got a bad knee. Maybe sometimes I've got a bit of a bad attitude too because of the bad knee. But, maybe using your massage gun, or as I suggested before, some of your compressions, some of your red light therapies, if there's something that's deterring you from doing this because you're paying the price, perhaps it's just a matter of complementing this new activity with something that helps you warm up and recover to sustain the activity, to get to that level of goal that maybe you're not quite targeting. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense on the cardio question I was asked earlier. I'm going to come back to a few questions here for a minute. I need some chapstick. My apologies. Total body workout. You're right, Jessica. In a different way. And like I say, what works for me, what works for you, everybody's going to have their preference. The biggest thing, if you're trying to change your body, change your lifestyle, is you've got to find not only what works for you, but find something you enjoy doing. If you don't like doing it, you're not going to stick with it long-term anyways. And, whether it's a vibration machine, a treadmill, one of these bikes, you're using weights, the key to success with any of these modalities or activities is consistent, regular use. So a lot of times, well, how often should I do it? How often can I do it? How many times can I do it? You've got to be at some point, if you can't overdo anything. But if you're not active now and you're looking for that perfect cookie cutter, program, don't let that deter you. Just something simple like this, just in front of the television, just getting those legs moving. The very basic movement of walking across the floor is moving lymph and circulation. So something like this, because it's got such an amazing seat. If I haven't said that enough, I love the seat on this bike. It covers my butt comfortably. You could sit there for a period of time and perhaps during your half-hour program or maybe you're watching a bit of a movie, just get some movement going in those legs as opposed to being stagnant. And what I like about this is there's that ability to progress. So if you do want to increase tension, it's not always about going longer and longer and longer to get results with cardio. I might be dating myself, but there's a term called Farlap training. It's a form of interval training where basically, I think it was Dr. Farlap that decided that, if instead of running at a constant pace, if you're changing your pace and how fast that you're running, the heart is more challenged and more exercised because it's having to adjust, to your pace. So, same with a bike, maybe it doesn't mean you have to go full out 100 miles an hour and kill yourself to lose some weight. Anything you're doing above and beyond what you're doing now is going to be that step forward. Doesn't matter how little. And if you haven't used an exercise bike in years and years, or a traditional bike, they can be a very low impact activity done, properly for you. There is no right or wrong way in a book for the general population, but your deficiencies. And if you are dealing with any, nothing's saying you can't use some of your other devices as a spot treatment, wear a sleeve, a compression, something like that to allow you to facilitate an activity like this to reap the benefits, lose the weight, improve the cardio, whatever the goals are. Who else is here? And if you're just joining me, we are giving away one of these bad boy VeloCycles today. So please tell me where you're from, why you have to have it. If you're in the USA, we will be giving this away as soon as Debbie stops talking. So now everybody's going to want Debbie to stop talking. But I want to answer some questions first. Who else do we have here? I think, ooh, look, we've got a good turnout to listen to my ramblings today. I think I left off at Lisa and Jane. I have Lori from Bonita Springs, which I think I saw. I think you've been here before, Lori. Lisa, definitely need a comfy seat. I know. I'm just going to keep plugging the seat. I want to just buy one for my bike. Even the back. Could you imagine me going down my small town with like my handlebars inside my seat? They die at the coffee shop. Hey, Debbie. I don't know who you are, but hello, Facebook user. Replying to Noreen. Awesome sauce. There is my link if you guys are considering this or any. The reason I said I had the dash up here, a lot of similar features. It doesn't have some of the upgrades that the VeloCycle has or the Gallop feature, which is very cool. But if you are looking for something and budget is more limited, there are other options that will still give you a world of benefit. I have Ann from Missouri. I'm almost 70 and I want to stay in shape. And I kind of like this upper body thing. A lot of my plus 60, 70 gals are dealing with depleted muscle tone. Things aren't looking as plump as they used to be. Those shoulders from beating the children all those years are starting to, so sometimes we forget about upper body until it presents a problem. So the fact that you can incorporate the two into this and still see the TV or the children out the window, whatever your flavor, I really like that extra feature. And if you're dealing with poor mobility, bad knees, bad hips, you're recovering from something, you can still keep more of a whole body effect going, and you'll feel it in the core too. You engage that core properly, get your breathing going. All this time and money you've spent learning these lessons, you're just applying them to a new toy. I have Adela. Am I saying that? Adela? I hope I'm saying that right. Watching from Florida. Kim from Houston. Products look amazing. Love that you are in such great shape. You know what? I'll be 50 this year. So a lot of it for me is just the sooner I started being logical about what I was going to do and, what I knew I wasn't going to do, the more I had success with some of these products. I've always, my passion is the vibration machines, but the biggest thing I'm finding working with Lifepro and supporting their products as a trainer is I can actually do some of these things now. Even myself, even though physically I might look in shape, it's rare that you'll see me on a bike with the kids for a Slurpee. And if it is, it isn't very far because, I get frustrated and I kind of, I assume the knee's not going to be there for me because it never has been. But what I'm finding, because I have all of these things working together in unison, if I do have an issue or if I have overdone it, I've got the tools. I just got to do it. That's the discipline is 90% of the equation for any of us. Judy, we have here from Michigan. I want the VeloCycle to increase my exercise without more weight bearing on my feet. I like the seat and the ability to add upper body workout. I do as well. And like I say, it's just comfortable. If it's not comfortable and one of your goals is, endurance or you're trying to build up strength, you're not going to be wanting to sit on it for a long time if your butt's hurting, or, it's not ergonomically sitting the back or the legs properly. So, all things that make, if it can be a little bit more pleasant, it helps support the consistency and actually sticking with it piece. Noreen says, so cool. I love the gallop mode. I need that too. Got to build muscle all over. Yeah, I think it's very, very cool. And, again, my daughter was on it this morning. She doesn't have quite enough muscle. She's just a little too short. But now that's her new thing. Wow, I got to gallop like a horse, like my cousin Emma. I definitely need this in my collection. And if you are, like I say, dealing with limited space, you can see I've left the Dash X, the original model, set up. And this one, even on its own, it's not taking up more than 4 feet of my floor. So, it's ergonomic, it's practical, it's affordable. And if you are, like I say, limited with space, you've got the ability to just fold it up and tuck it away and not take up the real estate if need be. Or take it with you if you're going away for a visit somewhere, and, find that this is your vice. Love that you can go upper and lower at the same time. Yeah, it is kind of a no-brainer, right? It's one of those, why didn't I think of that? I've seen similar bikes, but I'm not the most coordinated person. I like the fact that it's just one fluid motion, while if it was opposite, like an elliptical, to me, I just never, for me, I never fell in love with an elliptical. Maybe it was the wrong size, but to me, this notion I feel more supported in doing it. I have the first bike. It helps the brain connect to my legs, reciprocal foot movement. The galloping and recumbent features would be wonderful. I may get this one and gift my Dash X to my daughter. The Dash X is awesome too. I'm kind of torn because it's what I have been using. It is, if I had to pick one and you were really, really limited on space and budget, you're going to be more than happy with the Dash X. Or, if the gallop features some of the extra, it's just a basic you want to add into your lineup. If you've got a little bit more goals in mind, or you're already a biker and you want to add some variation, with yours, Jane, for now, you could mimic that. If you've got some weights or even just a couple of milk jugs, fill them up with water. And while you're riding, just, start that rowing motion. I think you'd still find some benefit from it. Instead of just, the tendency is, if you got something to do with your hands, you will, right? Or if you've got some of the click weights that Lifepro has come out with as well, there's other things you can incorporate and mimic that motion as well, unless you do decide to move forward with a new model. Maria, and keep in mind, a lot of the things, when Lifepro comes out with something like that, after the fact, it is a basic, give yourself the pat on the back. A lot of the features and upgrades, when they come out with vibration machines or any of their new products, when there's multiple models, it's not like they had the blueprint of what everybody wanted day one. So based on your feedback, people using it, some of the giveaways that Joel gives is to get feedback from you guys. And it's very, very valuable information to a company to know little things like a bigger seat would make me use this more often, or maybe I want some fat monitors, or whatever the wish list is. Some feedback has been taken, and Joel has brought this to the market for you guys. Haven't ridden a bike in a long time, so this would be get me motivated and prepped to my act together to ride the local hills. One thing, that's a good point, Maria. Thank you for raising that. We've kind of had a nice weather streak here in the last couple of days, but it's been cold and snowy. And our bikes are in the shed over the winter. So, I always find when I first get out with the kids, you're deconditioned, you're not used to it. There's things that just aren't common sense anymore. So having something like this, if you are a big biker for the off season, just to keep those muscle groups conditioned, keep your, maybe you are training for an event, but you're stuck indoors due to weather. It just gives you that balance. It gives you that convenient option without breaking the bank. I love to exercise on Lifepro products and watch recorded programs, multitasking at its finest, for sure, Kim. Sometimes I don't always say a lot in what I'm saying, but sometimes, again, it's just something you were doing and haven't done for a while, or something you didn't think about. If I can give you any ideas of how to incorporate these things simply, the best way to be successful is find that root activity that you enjoy doing. Might be a sport itself, it might be a piece of equipment, and then build some of these extras onto it. If you're not a big biker now, but you love your vibration machine, start combining them. Do 5 minutes of really mean squats on your vibration machine, and then kill yourself on your bike for a couple of minutes. You can incorporate these things not only to gain more effectiveness and better results long term, but to decrease your time, the amount of time you're stressing out those joints. Maybe you're just busy and don't have the time. If you are someone that, you're more, you're that ritual exerciser, you got your hour and a half, and you've got your routine. This doesn't need to be, in addition, a big, long, drawn out thing, but I'm sure you can get creative and built it into a circuit, or maybe you're doing it as a workout on its own in complement to other modalities that you're doing. So there's just lots of different things that you guys can incorporate. It doesn't mean you got to be a cyclist or go into a bike studio every week. And that was from Kim Johnson. Delana is here from Denver. Jessica is from Connecticut. I'm going to say Connecticut. Forgive the Canadian. Would love to add this to my collection. I think it would benefit me and help with my knee pain. Mine's okay. And not only have I been biking this thing, I was practicing before we got on camera with the Gallop, but I've been moving it around. We brought it in from upstairs earlier today. My knee's okay. But now I have like red lights and sleeves, and I did do a little vibe session this morning, and I find if I do a couple minutes in the morning and I get my squats done early in the day, otherwise I know I won't do them. I'm old. I got to boost that metabolism early in the day, so it's working for me. But I find with my knee, if I do that, I don't have the issues throughout the day if I didn't do it. I still get relief if I use it as a post thing, but if I use it as a warm up just to my day, it makes a big difference in my knee in the long run. I have Noreen here from Chardon, Ohio. Really need the comfy seat, low impact with resistance is the best. I think you probably, if any of you I was thinking about this last night, if you have the Oliva belt, the Oliva Red, you could wrap this bad boy around your knee or your back while you're on the bike too. That's just my little 2 cents. There's probably lots of ways you can incorporate those things. You can wear your face mask. Why couldn't you? So Noreen says, I'm 58 and am way too flabby. I need this. Yeah, absolutely you should. And combining it with vibration is really going to help with the skin tone. If a lot of you have been good about using these type of pieces of equipment, and you've got the bikes with Lifepro, sometimes the weight loss happens faster than the skin retraction. And if you're kind of post 40 like me, what that means is you've lost the weight, but the skin doesn't remember that yet, and it's still sagging, waiting for it to be filled up. So a lot of times just massaging those body parts with your gun, laying it on the machine, is a really good way to the skin is an organ. So whether you're massaging your calves or your bum or your arm, you are going to have an overall effect. Just make sure that you're doing it to a degree. That really helps with the skin tone and hydration and rest and all those things we know we're supposed to do. Kim Johnson is replying to Kim Johnson. Would love to have the product to help with the full body. It sounds like the seat is extra comfy. Would love to work on the upper arms, the bat wings. I know, you know what I'm talking about then. The weakest muscle on the female body is the bat wing. See, I can make mine flap too. Everybody, oh, Debbie's, we all have it. I like the recumbent seat on the model and the space saving features. The space saving is a big thing because every time UPS shows up, my family goes, and I'm like, oh, it's just little. It's just little. Don't worry. I just ordered the BioHeal. Could this be used together? Now you're talking, Lisa. I would wear your goggles, but yes, this is a really good idea with the panel. If you've got the BioHeal, stick it on the ceiling if you're doing it that way, or on the side. Just general exposure to that red light is going to give you a ton of benefits. You can pretend that you're like at the beach, your hair blowing in the wind with your shades on. I can just see you now. I can see you now. Great idea. I haven't actually mounted mine. I've got a tanning bed in the other room, and I'm wondering if I need like a light room. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but that would be a beautiful way to incorporate things. Use your BioHeal with any of your cardio activities, and then again, or just sitting beside you on the couch. It's a great way to combine. I like the way that you're thinking. That's the way to do it. Thank you for bringing that up, Lisa. Adelia, Debbie, you definitely pronounced my name right. Did I? Because I think I just screwed it up again. I have knee issues, and this definitely looks like something that I could use. I'm glad. Yeah, it is. I'm slim now, but I never did get the knee fixed. And again, mentally, we beat ourselves to death about what we can't do. But sometimes if you don't know until you try, right? So I'm excited to have this. I can see some tunes going in the background. I love how Deb says, I love how Lifepro listens to our feedback and works on new products to meet our needs. Exactly. It's exciting. We, as women especially, there's that high in getting something new. Well, I'd rather you have a couple of different pieces of exercise equipment and feel good tools than another purse. I certainly have more vibration machines and Lifepro tools that I do purses. And that didn't used to be the case, right? Let's see, they stream on several platforms at once. I'm not on Amazon today, but I am from time to time at the same time. Missy, I love this. I have the Dash X and have issues trying to utilize the bands. I don't mind them for some applications, but to be honest with you, if you're having issues with the bands, sometimes, you know, everybody's in a spectrum of where they should be and what they should be using, whether it's weights or resistance. And you may simply be ready to move on. Or progress. So, you know, if you don't have any weights now, or like if you've got the click weights or if you've got other things, you're probably ready to drop the resistance and maybe just do some stuff like I was suggesting earlier to the other gal. You know, if you don't have weights and then you're not in a position to get any right now, fill up a couple of milk jugs or a couple of bags, you know, add 5-10 pounds of something and just add some activity while you're doing your seated exercises. And even with the Dash X, because it has such an amazing seat, you'll feel good and secure and grounded on it. Did I say that I like the seat? Maybe more interactive. Okay, we did that one. I just hopped on. So good to finally be live. Sorry that you've missed my 40 minutes of rambling already. If you ever missed these sessions, or if you referred somebody and they missed these sessions, or you had to step out or start late, they're always recorded. So as soon as this thing is done, you know, the live is available and ready on. It's for sure on the Lifepro main business page, but you will see it eventually, if not instantaneously, on the VIP page. My good girl Laura behind the scenes and her talented show dog Olive make all this happen magically. I don't have to do a thing. I just show up and hit start. Hello, Miss Wilson from Campbell River, BC. How does the Velo seat compare to the Dash X seat? Delana, I'll show you. One moment. Right, I'm gonna have to do it this way. I was showing you guys earlier the way that I adjust. I always have my little anal ways of doing things, but I put my hand around the one and I pull this bad boy right out. So the Dash X bike comes with this amazingly large, comfortable seat. The addition with this one is the side leverage handles and this little backrest that folds down when you fold it up and put it away. So outside of like the physical seat, the part your butt is on, the comfortable, impressive part is the same between the two models. The add-on are these side handles and the backrest for that one. So just to give you the visual, an easy way to tell the difference between these as well is this one's just a little bit sexier because it's all black. The other one is silver. So you can see this one really nice up against my wall. I'll just want to recap here very briefly. Outside of all the amazing things that you can track and keep count on this, it is not plugging into a wall. So I love the fact that you can use it anywhere. And come summer, I might even bring it back up out on my deck where it was assembled. You've got the heart rate monitors, and I think that's really important for those of you that are to be monitoring your heart rate activity. If you don't want to wear your special monitor, they're fairly accurate. So use them if you're supposed to be monitoring those things. The pedal adjustment, so the tension adjustment on the pedal itself has 8 different adjustments. One of the things I was mentioning earlier to those of you just joining us now, when I'm just sitting here, me personally, there is no perfect cookie cutter. And maybe I was a little chicken because of my knee. I've been playing a little conservative. But, you know, I've been riding this. The Dash X did not bother my knee at all. And I find this one equally comfortable. So there's 8 different increments. But what I found once I got into gallop mode, isn't that so cool? Once I got into, I feel like I need a little more resistance here. So I brought this one up to 5. Yeah, and a little bit more resistance just feels, I feel like I'm more grounded. I feel more solid in adding this action to it. So play with the tensions and the adjustments. Again, there's different seat height depending on what's comfortable for you, the length of your legs. You might find you might need to do some adjustments. When you get into gallop mode, you'll find your groove. This was assembled late last night. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with it, but if Debbie can get on this, ride it, not hurt herself, not break anything, and present it to you today, anybody can use this piece of equipment. So I hope that offered some insight. Now, let me see if I have any more questions. This one is called the VeloCycle, and I just want to recap. Today's launch price is $169.99 delivered to you, of course, with Lifepro's Fantabulous lifetime warranty. I'm just going to move so that you can see. I feel like Vanna White or one of the Price is Right girls. Okay. I just need Joel to walk across the stage with his little mic. So today this is launching for $169.99 on Lifepro. Regulars still more than affordable at $219, and you're going to see similar bikes online, probably anywhere from the $300 to $400 range. So there's always really good value, not only in the pricing with Lifepro, but you've got a lifetime warranty. So for many of you that own their products now, you understand it's a really big deal to me, the whole lifetime warranty thing. So there's just so many companies out there producing things. Sticking a label on it, you bring in a container and you sell it and you're out of business in a week. And, there's nothing worse than, even if you spend $50 on something, if it was your last $50 and it's not working in 6 months, it's heartbreaking. So, things do go wrong. Things do break. Sometimes we break things. And, it's always comforting to know I've never had an issue since I've been recommending Lifepro as one of my vendors. They take care of things and they take care of you. So that's to me, someone that is training, especially with a lot of medical individuals, that's the last thing I want you guys to worry about is a problem. So we're going to get to how does that help lose weight though? If you're doing more activity, your body is required to recruit more calories. So, the exercise is a known benefit to promoting weight loss. What type of body you're dealing with may vary the type of activities that you're able to do and durations or what's comfortable, but losing weight, being active is a very critical part of that. And it's just critical to your overall health and bodily functions. So, if cardio has been recommended to you or improving lung function and aerobic activity, as I like to call it, if you want to get that heart rate up and running, this is just an option in which to do that. If you do have other things and weight loss is one of your goals, combining your vibration machine, some of your massage therapy techniques, your guns, all those type of things are going to help with the skin tone, muscle tone overall. So if you do have other things and your weight loss is your goal, this might be in addition to that. And a lot of times, as I said earlier in the session, it really boils down to what, I'm sorry, I'm wrong on the launch price. The launch price says $199 instead. Lauren, can you, I'm not seeing the listing live, but someone's made a note here that it's $199. I see it for $199 and not $169. If I am wrong on the price, I am completely apologizing, but I will get Lauren to confirm that. I'm not looking at the site at this time. But sorry, I was rambling on weight loss. The launch price is $199. I'm sorry, my notes. This is my bad, not Lauren's. $199. My error, guys. I am so sorry for that typo. I must have written it down wrong information from another one. Terribly sorry. So $199 regular price is $219. Can you please confirm that as well, Lauren, for me? Amber just advertised at $199. So my apologies, guys, my screw up. Who's asking me a question here? Facebook user. I have a waiver and I've had a slip disc in the past, so I can't use P3 as it's too intense. So was asking what other levels. I don't know that it's a P3 thing. If you're having intensity issues with your vibration machine, intensity to me means that you need to reduce your amplitude. The amount of shake versus how fast it's shaking is a different term. So in that P3, you've got an oscillating movement. What I would suggest is in any motion, if you're dealing with, or in any program, pardon me, in the oscillating mode or the side-to-side movement, if you're dealing with back issues, joint issues of any kind, and you want to reduce the amount of impact, bring your feet closer to the center. So you'll probably be okay on P1, 2, or 3. It's not so much a program issue. It's the intensity or how wide your feet or your hands are on that platform that's increasing the amount of movement. And if it's too much for your back or you're not conditioned to take it on yet, what the body tends to do is fights and resists it. So instead of your muscles moving fluidly, you become rigid and it's shaking you around more than your muscles are accepting the movement. It's not a harmful thing, but it just takes some getting used to. So if P3 was too much of a step up or you feel that the intensity is too much, before you change it, try just reducing your foot distance for the next session and see if that resolves it. If it doesn't, message me personally. It's kind of hard when I don't know what you're doing, for how long, never met your back. So there's a lot of variables for me just to have a cookie cutter answer. I want to make sure I'm giving you the proper advice, but try that suggestion first. Replying to Facebook user. I read it takes a long time to see weight loss unless you incorporate other exercises and healthy eating. You know what? I can't say that for sure. Losing weight is going to be a different variable for everyone. Absolutely, food is a big part of the equation, but I think weight loss is, regardless of effort, it does vary for everybody based on just their body type and their metabolism and what their body does to burn that fat. But I'm not going to ever say that more intense cardio activity is the only way to lose weight. For me personally, with my bad knee, I found resistance and weight training personally more suited, and that's kind of how I fell into the vibration machines. They're my everything. But I do like the fact that, through that process of healing my body through those tools, I've kind of taken a turn and I've got the ability to do other things that maybe in the past my body just wasn't able to without some discomfort. I hope that makes sense. Oh, that is so helpful. Okay, I will message you. Hannah, what time? So Hannah, if you had something specific where it was an article or something that you can send me as a link, I'll happily take a look. But keep in mind, most people on the internet talking weight loss, I hate to say this, there is sales to a degree. I'm trying to sell you the product of how to use machines. I'm a trainer. Some people are trying to sell you supplements. Some people are trying to sell you many things. But, it's good that at least you have options out there. And what you kind of have to do with the weight loss thing in my, because I tried a lot of things before I had success with it, don't repeat the mistakes of the past. So if you know that, jogging isn't your thing and you're not going to do it, then try something else. Don't just give up. And if you are dealing with substantial issues, really bad knees, really bad backs, there's so many things that you can do to just take, no matter how big that step is, take a little step forward and progress daily to get you back to things that you love to do or you want to do. So a lot of it is a mental game. And, I have days, I sat down and ate half a freaking coffee cake with cinnamon all over it last night, not because I needed it, but because I was hungry and too lazy to eat anything else. It's terrible. I hate to throw food out and the kids weren't eating it. So, we all derail. Food is my big weakness. I could live on sourdough bread and butter and coffee if it was good for me. But I do know when I start feeling puffy, when I start feeling laggy, when, my knees are starting to bug me, it's 9 times out of 10 because I haven't done something or I haven't put something quality into my body. So, I'm in the maintaining phase of my weight loss. I want to keep myself this way. I want to keep myself fit, but it doesn't mean that I still don't have to put in some days the same amount of work. Weight loss can be a challenge mentally, and it feels like an uphill battle a lot of the times until you find something that just simply feels good. Start moving and feeling better. And I think mentally, if we're in a better place, the rest of it becomes a little bit more possible. I hope that makes sense. Okay, enough soap opera psychology with Debby. I think we would like to know that there's someone that maybe be winning this bike. So I'm going to give Lauren a little bit of notice to send me some info. I do have one more Facebook user. I have to use retina tear in my eyes and was concerned if the high vibration on waiver could cause any future tears. Hang on. Eye doctor said that they should be okay. They don't know much about the waiver. First of all, if they don't know much about it, then the responsible answer would be, I don't know, or don't until I find out more. So there is, in my history of dealing with these machines, there's only a few things that spook me, and I do deal with a lot of eye issues. If you've had recent surgery, recent retinal tear, there's inflammation of some type, to be honest, in my opinion, it's not the vibration itself that's causing issues. That's the fear, is that, oh, it's going to shake that eyeball loose. Bend your knees a little bit. If you're feeling vibration in the head, or if you're fearful of the vibration you are feeling, sit yourself in a chair and get over the fear. There's nothing to fear unless walking across the floor or jogging is a fear. So there's no more impact on a vibration machine than you walking to the refrigerator. So unless your eye doctor has said, I don't want you walking or doing high impact activity, then maybe there's a few more questions. But if you are using your vibration machine and it's just a concern that you have, make sure those knees are bent and reduce the foot distance. The bigger concern is in my experience, sometimes the blood flow itself increasing the circulation. So if you're going a really, really, really long time for too long, or, it's usually more related to just an increase in blood flow, that oxygenation of the blood. So, if you've been recommended to keep your exercise durations short, that's something to adhere to, the same as cardiac issues. Usually the biggest thing is short duration, high intensity will be kinder on those type of conditions than long, drawn out, fatiguing exercises. And for retinal tears, make sure that you're okay for day-to-day activities. That would kind of be, it's not about a vibration machine. It's should you be active? Should you be increasing your blood flow? Should you be bearing your weight? Those are usually the type of questions I have more so for you. Kim Wilson, looking to bio diet. Kim's had a lot of success with bio diet. I hate the word diet, I really do, but Kim is a client I've spent a lot of time training up here in Canada, and she's way better at her food choices than I am, in the fact that she sticks with them. Again, I said earlier in the session, discipline is always my biggest issue, whether it's sticking with an exercise or a food plan. That's my weakness, and I share that, I know, with many of you. But Kim, I admire just for her diligence on that piece, and how much just responsible food choices have not only helped her lose weight, but it's really helped keep a lot of her symptoms less severe than perhaps they would have been. Well, I think that's it. Who else have I got here? I eat gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free for thyroid help and still struggle to lose weight, but I keep going. Jessica, sometimes the body's stubborn. If you've been at a certain weight or been carrying excess weight for a period of time, your body likes to have that extra hug of fat around it. It likes to be comfortable, and it's what it's used to. So, sometimes I found with my weight loss, I'd go a little and then I'd gain. I'd go a little, then I'd gain. And then I kind of broke through with the vibration machines, I think, because, my knee was able to sustain the activity long enough that I actually got to a point where I felt like I was doing something. And I forgot that, exercise hurts a little bit. Just because something hurts a bit doesn't mean something's wrong. For years, my knee was an excuse. Oh, my knee hurts. No, can't do it. Was it just my knee, or was it, I just didn't want to do it? I'm very honest with when I look back at myself. A lot of it was ego, and I just, I didn't have the consistency that I do now. So that was the big, even if you're just using it to make yourself move and feel better, the mental that does in all of those functions. If you're down on yourself and you're being negative with the vibration all the time, you're going to burn less calories. Your body's going to hang on to that weight like a blanket. So feel good about yourself and use these tools to do that as well. I personally shot for ketosis with the platform, mild exercise and red light therapy. I lost weight and toned rapidly. Move everything. Awesome. We talked earlier, and red light's a really great way to warm up and wind down after these type of activities. You've got other tools with Lifepro now. If you're joining me today, you probably own something. Incorporating a lot of these tools and ramping up the harmony and the benefits between them all is awesome. When am I live next? Tomorrow I'm live at 11 a.m. for MS Awareness. I'm going to say 11 a.m. my time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. So it's going to be about MS Awareness, and I'm going to let you, it's going to be one of those, bring your guns loaded, because Deb's just going to let you blast her on all kinds of questions, primarily related to vibration topics, which is my specialty, but it is MS Awareness Week, and there's been some amazing improvements in many of my clients using these Lifepro tools that deal with MS. I have many clients with MS, and I have many clients with lots of different issues. You never get just one thing, it seems. So I'm going to check with my girl Lauren and see if we have a name here. And a drum roll, please. If you are here now, I'm giving you one last chance. I think you've all gotten your names in. Oh, wait a minute. I see somebody typing. If you are here now and you're not aware, we are giving away a VeloCycle, the cool bike with the most comfortable seat you've ever seen in my life behind me. We're giving one at the end of the session, which is right now. So if you haven't had a chance, get your name in. If you're in the USA, they're going to give one away. very shortly. So I just want to give someone, oh, is my Kim typing? Debbie, I'm so helpful. Thank you, Kim. But yeah, last chance. If anybody wants to get entered on this thing, we need to know who you are. So tell us where you're from and drop a link. You're coming up just as Facebook users. So if you're in Canada, this is just a USA giveaway. My apologies. This is a US company, and I don't think it's even available here in Canada yet. I'm in Canada, and they, like I said this morning, I'm always impressed how they get it to me on time for these lives to do the demonstration. Mine just arrived last night. I'm hoping that you will see some of these products available on Amazon here in Canada and possibly the UK. You can get many of Lifepro's vibration plates there. But for today's giveaway in the USA only, my apologies for that. So yes, if that is all, I'm going to cut things off here now. And I just want to say thank you for listening to my ramblings for an hour today. If you have any questions about this or you're watching this after the live and you'd like some questions answered, please just put them in the messages. Tag me personally if you have something for me personally. And look forward to me tomorrow again, like I say, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think I'm back here Monday for something else. And if you guys have particular sessions that you want me to do and you want to hear me ramble about, just let us know. I can talk for days. But unless it's something that you guys are going to find useful or something that's of benefit to you, I'm just rambling for real. So if you've got a topic that you'd like us to cover, myself, Amber, or Roseanne, just let us know. We'd be happy to do that. Or maybe we've done it already and you just don't know where it is. All right, drum roll, please. Jessica Alexander, are you here with us still? Jessica, are you here? I don't know if you are. If Jessica's still with us, I just want to say congratulations. This is a pretty cool thing to win. I never win anything other than the respect of Lifepro and their support. So I feel pretty fortunate that way. Yes, you are still here. Oh, there's nothing better than giving something away and the person's here to get it. Congratulations, Jessica. So the challenge is now you have this coming to you. I would like you to message the Lifepro page. Let us know where we're shipping this thing. We need your email address and a contact number for delivery. So if you can send that through, the amazing folks behind the scenes, Lauren and her super dog, Olive, will take care of that for us. And if you wouldn't mind, once you get the thing set up, come on back. Let us know what you think. We'd love to see you with your winning today. So congratulations. That's awesome. Very, very excited for you. And like I say, today was kind of my first real go around other than a bit of playing last night. So I'd love to hear your feedback. For those of you that are looking at this product, do the same. Let us know what you think, what you like about it. If you do have a Dash X now and you're looking at upgrading to this one with some of the new features that came from you, like I say, a lot of the feedback and these new products that come out are feedback from you guys. So thank you for doing that and supporting these amazing products from getting through from an idea to my showroom here to share with you guys today. Thank you so very much. Don't work too hard and enjoy what's left of your Thursday afternoon. See you guys in the same time, same place tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't work too hard. Thank you, Lauren.